Hello and welcome back to Venusia Tarot. I just want to do a very quick apology for my absence for this past month. I had gotten very ill. I know a lot of people have had a similar sickness and I have no clue what it was. It was just really bad and it was there for like 2 weeks. Finally got over it, but not only that, but I had a lot of change and upheaval happen in my life, which is pretty interesting because I had done like a full year spread last year for this year, for 2024. And the month of February, the card I got was the Tower. So it was pretty fitting. So I think, I don't know, maybe it was a self-fulfilling prophecy or something, but I thought that was interesting. Anyway, so this reading is going to be about your month of March, what to expect for the month ahead, career, love, relationships, health, everything like that. We're going to get into it. So as you see, we have 3 cards in front of you. We have Justice, the World, and the Tower. Go ahead and meditate and look at which one calls you in, which one you're drawn to. There will be timestamps below for you to choose and go to your reading. And I will see you at your reading. Hello, pile number 1. So if you chose the Justice card, this is going to be your reading. This is going to be all about your month of March in 2024, what you can expect in love, health, family, career, finances, everything like that. So it's going to be an all-in-one reading for you. So with the first card, well, the card that you chose being Justice, I get a sense that you're going to be very firm in your power. Just looking at the image itself, she's very in her power. She looks like you do not want to mess with her. You may have in the past 2 months, I would say, definitely, like January, February, that you probably felt not in your power, or like you were unstable in a sense and perhaps taken advantage of in a certain way, whether it be financially, mentally, emotionally, something like that. I think that for this month, you're definitely going to be taking your power back. The color yellow is pretty prevalent, as well as orange and red. So these are going to be your first 3 chakras, your root chakra, but I see a lot of the yellow for your solar plexus. So I think that you're going to have a big influx of energy to be motivated towards your goals and achieving what you want to get done, all of your goals. You may have some projects that you're working on and building on as well. I see these two pillars behind her that pretty much tell me, it's kind of like the scales of justice, obviously, where she has the 2 scales she's holding up, but these are 2 pillars. So for me, it's very solid. It seems like you're gonna find the proper balance for you. There's a lot of symmetry and balance in this image, so I definitely feel like there's going to be a good balance for you, whether it be in your mental or emotional life, even physical, because I mean, she looks really strong, really fit, so maybe you're gonna start working out and getting your health in order and your body in shape. So yeah, I definitely feel like the fire is going to be lit within you. So, okay, yeah, that's what I'm getting for the first image right away. So that's a lot of information right off the bat. So we're gonna go into the Pulp Tarot. By the way, I got a question on where I get my tarot cards from. I actually ordered all of them from Temu. I had moved from across the country, so I lost my tarot cards, don't know where they are, and I had to get something quick. So I got them off Temu. They're really good quality, surprisingly. And this is the Pulp Tarot. So I got the Magician, Wheel of Fortune, Strength, this deck is very active, so okay, boy. Okay, so this is going to be for your career or for your job. Okay. Gonna need a minute to kind of take in the energy here. Okay, so in the past few months, I feel like you've been in a bit of a stalemate in a sense. You've probably felt held back in a way, either by a job or finding a job or sort of building a career that you want. You probably felt that no matter what efforts you put forward, they were being held back in a way, and you just felt stagnant. That's what I'm getting for sure. Like the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Four of Swords here, and the Temperance in reverse. That's what I'm getting from these energies. They're very, it just feels inhibited. But you have the Strength and Magician and Strength here. Magician and Strength here. I would definitely say that you're persevering through all of that feeling this month. I think that you're cutting through it finally, and you're going to be really in your power again, because all of the colors I'm getting here, it's very yellow, it's very warm colored. So I feel like you're really activating your lower chakras, the lower half of your chakras, and you're going to be pursuing what you really want. You're not going to be limiting yourself anymore, whether it was external factors that you felt limited you or yourself that limited you. Because honestly, I feel like if you're in the northern hemisphere, it's winter, so I feel that oftentimes in the winter people feel very inhibited and feel held back, or they limit themselves in a way, because I know that's what I went through recently. So I'm really connecting to this energy a lot. It feels that your solar plexus was kind of dimmed down. You probably were more in your head a lot and kind of anxious and wondering what you should do, what direction you should go into, and that's one of the worst feelings ever. So I totally understand how frustrating that can be, especially when it comes to what you want to do and your livelihood, whether it be your job or the career you really want. When you feel held back in that way, it feels like a caged animal. And I kind of get that imagery in my head from looking at the four-post bed and the lion. It feels like it's caged in a strange way. I can't explain it, but even the animals all here around the wheel, they feel trapped. So I feel that internally you may have felt that animal within you has been held back, or that power, that internal hunger has felt suppressed in a way, whether it be by yourself and your self-limiting beliefs, or by circumstances, whether it be financial or resourceful wise. You just didn't have the means to kind of step forward in your power. But I definitely feel that for the month of March, you're going to tread forward and you're going to find the inner strength and find that it's all you. It's all in your power. With the Magician here and Strength, obviously, it's like you're finally releasing that energy, releasing that animal within you, that hunger, and you're going to move forward, and you're going to find that it was in you all along, really. That there's no outside circumstances that could hold you back any longer, and that you're going to find a way out of it and move forward. I definitely see a job coming in for someone. If you've been looking for a job and you've been unemployed and you've been applying to a bunch of places, there is going to be a job for you that is amazing. That's what I'm getting for sure. I feel like a few of you out there have been really frustrated with the job market out there. It's really tough. I know. It's been really, really hard to find a job. Everybody's hiring, but they're not hiring, you know what I mean? And I do see that you've been held back from that for a while because this job is opening up for you. And it's going to be a great job. The pay is going to be amazing. It's going to be where you want it to be location wise, which is a weird thing. I'm getting a compass right here, so I feel like the location of it is going to be super ideal for you. You're going to feel safe in this place. You're going to feel like you can grow at this place. They're going to value what you have, all of your strengths. All of your strengths, they're going to value the strengths that you have and what you bring to the table. I definitely feel like there's going to be a great work-life balance at this job for you as well. Yeah. I'm definitely getting retail or some kind of job that has to do with customer service even. Even if you work from home. Honestly, some of you may be working from home. I see this right here and it makes me think, you know, working from home. You may even start a YouTube channel, or you may open up like an Etsy shop or an online shop for people. Definitely something to do with trading goods in a way, like physical goods. I'm getting material goods. Either material goods or advice or guidance. Definitely something in that realm for sure. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to finances. All right, pile number 1, March finances. Pile number 1, March finances. Oh, look at that. We got the Wheel of Fortune again. In reverse. That's interesting. 6 of Coins in reverse. Okay. 10 of Cups. Okay. So when it comes to your finances, I definitely feel that it's going to be good, but it's going to take some time to build. That's what I'm picking up here. The most important thing for you during this time is your emotional fulfillment, feeling present and at one with what you have. I think that contentment is going to be a big theme and role when it comes to finances. You're going to have to really cut out unneeded, unnecessary treats and expenses. I think that in order to build the bank account that you want, you're going to have to kind of get real with yourself and stop indulging in little treats, which I know that is easier said than done. I totally understand. I am the treat queen. I totally get it. It is so hard to do that, especially when you have apps like Amazon or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm a big Depop girly and Amazon girly, so for me, I have to stop myself from just shopping and scrolling and liking and putting it in my cart but not buying, and that is a big temptation. So for some reason, I'm getting that message to all of you to stop shopping. Stop scrolling around and putting it in your cart without buying, being like, I'm gonna save this for later. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do that this month. I know how tempting it is and how fun it is to, you know, imagine yourself getting these little trinkets. Delete the apps. Delete the apps. Don't do it. Just focus on your goal. Focus on building your goal, because it feels like you're holding yourself back in that way. And we're going back to the first spread of feeling limited. You definitely are sort of your own limiter. You're giving yourself these limitations because you're not having foresight. So from what I'm getting here with your finances, it's definitely to focus on the practical and the necessary. Cut out all of the extra. You don't need to have the new pair of slippers You don't need that rice cooker. You know what I mean? Don't go out and get yourself a coffee. You know, make some tea at home, or, you know, something like that. Just find alternatives to that. Focus on finding cost-effective alternatives so that you're not shooting yourself in the foot being like, why did I didn't need a rice cooker, now I'm like $30 poorer. Of course, money is definitely an energy. It comes to you, it goes. It's meant to be spent, it's meant to be earned. It's such a fluctuating energy, but you have to tap into the building energy with money. You have to make it work for you this month. Don't be swayed. Don't let these little treats, you know, intrigue you and tempt you. Yeah, definitely not. Don't give into it. I do think that when you finally get aligned with that and you have a good solid financial plan, the wheel's going to turn for you, and you're going to see how much it was worth it. And, you know, you'll be able to maybe splurge a little bit on a little treat, but it'll be worth it because you were working for the quality of things, a good, durable longevity of things, not just, you know, spending frivolously on things that make you feel good in the moment. Trust me, I totally understand that. I'm with you on that journey. It's really hard. But yeah, definitely focus on building for your future. That's what I'm getting from this spread. Okay. Now we're going to go on to your love life. Pile number 1, March 2024 love life. Whoa. Okay, we got like 3 cards. Should I take them? Let me take the second one. Pile number 1, March 2024 love life. Pile number 1, March 2024 love life. Okay, interesting. So I'm definitely getting self-love. That I know that's probably not what you want to hear, might be a little boring to hear, but if you're already in a relationship, I definitely feel that you're being called to focus on yourself. Tapping into your subconscious. I think that right now, at this point in time, romance is a little bit stagnant, a little bit on the back burner, and that's okay. You have to start with yourself. You have to fill up your own cup, because we have Queen of Cups here, Ace of Coins. So for me, the energy I'm getting is focusing on your well-being. Focusing on building yourself up right now. There's no feeling of partnership in this to me. It feels very internal. Very, very internal. The 7 of Wands is a bit combative. You are definitely a hot commodity. People do want you. Don't get me wrong. It's not that you're not desirable or wanted right now. I just think that the universe, God, is holding that back right now because you need to focus right now on yourself in the month of March. It's all about focusing on, like in the last spread, it's focusing on building for your future. Your dreams may be very, very profound this month, and they may be a bit prophetic in a way. Because we have the moon here, she's looking up very yearnfully. I'm also getting, okay, this is for my viewers that have a menstrual cycle. Definitely tap into your cycle this month. I think that's going to be really important. You may be a little more fertile this month than in your ovulation. That's what I'm getting for some reason. I think because the circle here reminds me of an ovum. And the moon, you know, cyclical, and I see the red here, it looks like blood. So I'm kind of getting a fertile vibe. Definitely focus on protecting that if you do not want to bear a child. Birth control, perhaps abstinence, or, you know, practicing just safe sex is a big thing right here. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, you have people wanting to pursue you, but they have to hold themselves back right now. This is a very interesting energy. It's very held back. And, you know, it's going back to the beginning of this reading for you, pile number 1, where it's talking about self-limiting, holding back, being inhibited. I'm still getting that. It's kind of lingering, but it's more so in the love department for you, in the connections. People are having to hold themselves back from you right now. And I think it's for a good reason. You really need to focus on yourself and becoming in tune with yourself again. Kind of letting yourself flow again. Going back to the period. Going into the flow with yourself. But yeah, definitely. I mean, being in tune with your cycles, being in tune with your mental, your subconscious, your emotions. Sorry, my camera cut out. Having it just happen naturally for you and just going with it. So I think for love life, romance in March, it's going to be all about loving you. It's going to be about tapping into romancing yourself. You know, really understanding your mind, your emotions, your dreams, what it is to take care of you. You may have an Aries rising, and I do too. I'm really connecting with your pile. I think I'm meant to pick this pile, or I was meant to tell you guys this because a lot of you may have gone through similar. But I'm getting a lot of Aries rising energy. Aries risings tend to, in a past life, if you believe in past lives, they did not focus on themselves. They always gave. They always were the first to take care of others, but not themselves. So they neglected themselves. So I'm being called to talk to my fellow Aries risings, or those of you that feel that you neglect yourself often. This is the month to stop doing that. This is about you. It's okay to be selfish, and there's nothing wrong with being selfish and taking care of yourself, as long as you don't discount others or make others feel awful about themselves, I guess, or neglect people to the point of abuse, whatever it may be. Just focus on you. Definitely focus on healing yourself. Your inner self is calling out to you right now. And they want to be heard, and they want to be listened to and embraced and taken care of. You need to nurture yourself. The way that she's holding her hair there, it's so tender. It's like she's holding a baby almost, you know, like even her hair almost seems like her own security blanket in a sense. So it's like finding that security within yourself, being tender with yourself, loving yourself. Yeah. So that is what I'm getting for your romance. I'm going to do a little something different right now. I have this Tarot Made Easy book. So we're going to do a little bit of bibliomancy. I'm going to pretty much just do this. And then whatever card I land on, that's going to be the overall energy that you need to focus on. So we're going to do that. I'll do it this way. Okay, 7 of Wands. Okay, yeah, definitely 7 of Wands. A period of introspection or solitude. Also indicate unlooked for advantages or gain through things that come unexpectedly. Interesting. We were just talking about that. Focusing on you and focusing on a period of introspection and connecting with yourself. Many wands, 3 or more, indicate that conditions are primarily in the realm of thought or at the very first stages of development. What were we talking about? We were talking about making the right choices and steps toward your future. It's all about you and making those solid steps, defending yourself, standing for yourself. Let's see, desire. Or what's this? The focus is on love affairs, timing, trips, clarity and finance, and the pressure related to work schedules and personal commitments. Exactly. Of course, the love affairs, like I mentioned, I feel like a lot of people are holding themselves back, but I'm definitely seeing that a lot of it has to do with clarity, timing, finances, pressure related to work, personal commitments. It's all about focusing on your realm that you can control in developing. Yeah. Let's see what else there is. Let's go into the physical body. You will try to accomplish too many things at once and will feel pressure to take on more than you care to handle, and that will affect your health adversely. Also, do not ingest foods that you are not certain of. Yeah, definitely focus on nurturing yourself. Don't take on too many things at once. Stay solid. All about balance. Remember, we're talking about the balance. So it's all about balance. Make sure that your body is taken care of and you're nurturing yourself. Remember, whenever you picked Justice, remember we talked about exercising and how she's healthy, and the root chakra with the red. It's all about focusing on nurturing yourself in the best way possible, with not just giving yourself the scraps of things, but really giving yourself the best that you can. Let's see what else. Blessings. You will be grateful for financial increase through a business of your own, and or that you have concluded a business trip, deal, or venture successfully. That is awesome. I'm so excited for you guys. It sounds like you guys are definitely taking on your own venture. You are opening up your own, whatever it may be, a store or a YouTube channel or services. You're definitely going to be blessed in that realm. Your finances are going to increase. So remember, don't give yourself little treats. Focus on the future. Let's see what else. Outcome. In the end, you will triumph and all matters will conclude successfully or to your satisfaction. That's awesome. That is so amazing. I definitely see that for you guys. Remember, the Wheel of Fortune came up. You just have to make it spin. It's gonna make its own way up to the top again for you. You have all the control. You have all the power within you. You have the magician within you. You have to remember that. So you need to nurture that part of you guys. So that was the bibliomancy part. The last portion will be the astro dice. Any important moon phases or signs or the energy of certain signs that you need to tap into. Okay, Cancer, there we go. 4th house and Neptune. Yep. Cancer is a very nurturing energy. It always goes inward into itself and wants to protect itself. It finds and seeks comfort. Dreams are going to be important as well. We mentioned that earlier. Tapping into the subconscious part of yourself, the inner part of yourself, and really connecting with that part of you. The 4th house is home. It's your roots. Going to your root chakra, you know? Really learning to love you and to make your home within yourself. Yeah. I'm not getting anything else. Oh yeah, and definitely cycles. Okay, yeah, there we go. Cancer is ruled by the moon. Remember, we were talking about cycles. The moon card came up. So focusing on your cycles, focusing on getting in tune with your natural rhythm of things and just letting it happen naturally. Let it be. Neptune also has a Piscean energy. To me, it's very like Bob Marley. Very just go with the flow, you know, just being in tune with that. Like water. These are all water placements. So really focusing on the flow of things and not limiting yourself. Yeah. Being in tune with your consciousness and your subconsciousness. With the 6, I mean, to me it looks like 69. the Cancer symbol, but it's kind of like as above so below. You know, it has this natural harmonium with it. So for me, I think it definitely means being in natural flow and harmony with yourself, the inner and outward part of yourself. So yeah. Okay, pile number 1, I hope that you guys had got what you needed from this reading. I will see you guys next time, and happy March. Hello and welcome, pile number 2, to your reading for the month of March 2024. So in this reading, we're going to break down your career, finances, love life, and a general kind of theme card that you're going to be experiencing or you may experience. And then of course we're going to finish off with the astro dice. So I'm going to jump right in. With the World card, I like to kind of tap into the card you guys select just because it gives an energy that you're tapping into all around. With the World card, I definitely feel travel is going to be happening. I know it's a little on the nose, but that is what I'm feeling right away, is you may do a bit of traveling, whether it be back home, or you're going to visit somewhere that you've always wanted to visit, or maybe a business thing, may just be for pleasure. I think spring break is coming up, so you may be going somewhere fun for spring break if you're in school, or you may have a relative who is going to be visiting for spring break, and you guys are going to do something really fun together. I definitely feel that for some reason I'm getting the image of steps, like building toward, like you feel like you're taking some good steps to a solid path that you've been wanting to pursue. You may be getting more interested in some form of culture study, or tapping into your ancestry in a way. I think you may even start changing your... Okay, this is going to be really interesting. I don't know where this came from, but you may start eating the way your ancestors ate, or you may start tapping into different recipes that have been passed down for generations. You may start getting into that. Or just studying the culture that you came from, or your ancestors are from, your bloodline. I'm getting scorpionic 8th house energy right now for some reason. Expression is going to be really important for you, talking, communicating. We're also getting some Sagittarian, Gemini, Scorpio. There's a lot happening here for some reason. It's very chattery. I'm seeing places with a lot of people, a lot of conversations happening. You may go to a conference or a convention. This may be as you're traveling. This may be, you may just go to a lot of tourist attractions with a lot of people. I'm not really seeing the beach. I'm seeing stone, cobblestone, fountains. I'm getting the image of the Lizzie McGuire movie with the fountains. I'm seeing fountains. There may be waterfalls. I'm not seeing like a beach exactly. I'm definitely seeing more like hiking, waterfalls, stone, cobblestone, artifacts, museums, parks. It may start getting warmer where you're at. Finally, of course, I mean, it's going to be spring soon here in the northern hemisphere at least. You'll be probably, it'll just have a lot of warm days. I'm seeing warm days. You may feel really light and airy. It feels air-like. It feels open. It's like that beautiful pale blue / gray color in the sky. A slight breeze, not too hot, not too cold. I'm getting that quote from Miss Congeniality. What's your favorite date? And she's just like, I think she says April something, and she's just like, so it's not too hot, not too cold, you just need a light jacket. So who knows? I mean, you might be wearing some light jackets. I don't know. That is so random and so weird. I see a lot of connecting with new people, and of course old tried and true relationships and connections as well. Very fun, just very light. Yeah, it feels like you earned these feelings. Okay, everybody can feel these things no matter what. It just feels like internally for yourself, you feel like you've worked really, really hard. I feel like this is a nice treat for you. Like you finally are getting to where you want to go to, and what you're on the path to where you've been wanting to go. Finally. And you feel like you've earned it. The conversations, the experiences you're going to be having this month, they're going to be so good and so refreshing, and it's going to be like, oh, like finally, like I feel like I'm taking a bit of a break, some time for me. Can kick your feet up. Okay, so now I'm going to go to your career, job, career. Whoa, pile number 2? Okay, that was really quick. This is a very active deck. Pile number 2, career for March. Pile number 2, career for March. Okay. All of these? No, just this one? Okay. Wow. Pile number 2, career for March. Pile number 2, career for March. Pile number 2, career for March. Sorry. Okay, interesting. Thank you. Okay. Just need a moment to tap into this. Okay, yeah, so you've been feeling like you've been fighting. You've been working really hard, learning a lot. I'm getting a very scholarly, academic energy from this pile. It feels like this past year, this past semester, whatever it may be, has been beating down on you, or like you've just been working. You have been pushing through it, fighting through it. At times it feels like you're fighting yourself. It may be a highly competitive environment in a way. Maybe even just at your workplace, it just feels like it's just been non-stop. I mean, we just got out of a really big holiday season. Of course, we're going into Easter, but that's different. Like, coming out of New Year's, Christmas, if you celebrate all of these holidays, and you work in retail or whatever job you work in, it may have felt so crazy for you. But it feels like, you know, you have been working under someone, or you have been working on alongside someone who has higher knowledge than you or better knowledge and has been teaching you and educating you along the way, an apprenticeship or an internship of sorts, or even just an entry-level job, whatever it may be. It feels like you've been working so hard that you've had no proper work-life balance. You've just been working. And finally, you're getting to the point of just, finally you can relax. Finally, you're in your power. All of these intense nights, days of working and working and working, they're gonna pay off this month. It's gonna feel like you can finally breathe, take a breath of fresh air, kick up your heels, and just rest in your power and look at it and be like, I have done the work and I'm so proud of myself. Yeah, you definitely need to connect to that part of yourself and just give yourself a pat on the back. I think that you are someone that usually feels like they need to keep pushing limits or keep on going, that you never really take a second to feel or be present in the accomplishments that you've made. So what I'm seeing for this month is that you're going to finally be able to rest on your laurels just a bit and be like, I did that. I've worked my butt off and I deserve to relax. You may have felt like the people around you have just been relaxing and enjoying life while you've just been going through it and just going. But this is your month to finally do that and to finally unwind. This is your season of rest right now. March is going to be a good, restful month for you in your career. You're finally going to see some payoff, some good payoff. I think that you're going to get the recognition that you've been needing for sure. The field that you're working in or that you have been pursuing is highly competitive, but I feel like you're finally going to get, that validation, that assurance that you're doing an amazing job and that you're going to get the recognition you deserve. It's going to be a nice little breather for you. You may have people that are competing against you, but part of me doesn't feel like it's that malicious. They're not going to be outright jealous or anything. I think they're actually going to be like, yeah, pats on the back. I've seen you. You're a worthy opponent, if you will. But I definitely see that you're going to finally feel in your power. You're finally going to feel like you've made it, in a sense, to the step that you've been wanting to go on. I remember I mentioned when I was just reading the card that you picked, the little steps, the steps that feel solid. It feels like you're finally gonna be able to just see the foundation you've built and stand on it. Yeah. If you have been working at a job, you may get a raise. I'm getting a raise. You may get some form of promotion even. Or employee of the month, if your job does that. You may even get an amazing tip this month that will encourage you and make you feel really good about, oh wow, like I'm finally seen for the work I do and I'm appreciated for it. I think something along those lines may happen for you this month. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. If you've been looking for a job, you're, interestingly enough, I'm seeing that you may get a lot of offers. So you are going to get quite a few offers, but what I'm getting right away is don't jump on the first one you get. Definitely meditate and think about each one very carefully. Don't make any hasty decisions. That's what I'm getting. You will have offers, so that's a good thing. You're going to have the option to have a job. Just make sure that you're not diving into it right away. You need to really sort it out and compare and weigh the options that you have presented to you. Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to your finances for March. Pile number 2, March 2024 finances. Pile number 2, March 2024 finances. Oh, that's a lot. March. Pile number 2, March 2024 finances. Okay. Oops, something fell. Very clumsy of me. Anyway. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay. What I'm seeing is you're gonna be paid well, or you may be paid very well. But there's something here that feels you're just paying a lot more than you're making, even though you're making a lot of money. This may be because you're going on a trip that, you know, it's taking a lot of money out of your bank account. Even though you probably planned for it and you've saved for it, it's gonna take a little bit of a hit, is what I'm seeing here. A financial hit is here. It's not devastating, but it definitely is a bit discouraging for you. So what I'm seeing here is don't buy anything you really don't need. This is kind of similar to the last pile number 1. Don't treat yourself very much this month. Really focus on creating a safety net, because it feels like there is something here that is gonna take a lot of money. Whether it be a school payment, whether it be travel plans, whether it be obviously bills. Bills are really bad right now. I mean, everything is expensive now. So whatever it is, be careful. I'm also getting some kind of, okay, I don't like putting this out there. I don't like to fearmonger. I'm not that kind of reader. I'm just gonna tell you what I'm getting and what I'm seeing. For some reason, I got some kind of a car payment for some kind of damage. Be careful. So make sure your insurance is okay. Have your insurance covered. Make sure you're getting your car checked out a lot. Don't get into road rage incidents. That's what I'm getting for some reason. So just be really, really careful this month when it comes to that. It feels like those are possibilities. A little bit more, it feels like you're more susceptible to that stuff happening this month. So be very careful. Health reasons as well. So make sure that you're, you know, working out, eating well. Don't eat at random places that you've never tried before. Don't make risky, don't be risky this month, basically. Which is hard to say because if you're traveling, that in itself is a risk, but just be careful, you know? If you're traveling also somewhere completely different, maybe get your shots. Be sure to get your vaccinations, your whatever it is, if you believe in those or not. Definitely make sure you're just covered. What I'm seeing here is a form of being proactive than regretful. Perhaps even the financial hit I'm seeing is taking the step to be proactive to prevent anything like that happening, which I feel is a good investment to make for yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, definitely don't jump into things financially. Same thing with contracts of any sort, or any kind of legal binding or legal, anything legal with the law or contractual, anything like that. Don't, make sure you read the fine print. Read the fine print, keep your receipts, and don't jump into things. Yeah. It kind of is with like the last spread, weigh your options. You know what I mean? Because maybe one of you out there is going to be offered a job that it sounds too good to be true. You take the job, and I'm not putting that out there. I don't want any of you guys to do this. But you take the job and it turns out to be more of a bad investment than you thought it was. It's not a good job. It's too far for the commute, so it's wasting your gas mileage and your money, and you know, you end up getting a tire burst or something like that. Be careful. Don't, just be very what's it called, vigilant. Sorry, my camera died. Don't take any offers that come to you. Make sure, like, if you're applying for a job, that the people reaching back out to you are the people you applied to. Don't just take a job that that they ask you for. You know what I mean? This has happened to me when I was looking for a job on Indeed. I'd have random job scouters or whatever reach out to me and be like, hey, like, they want you at this job, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, I literally don't remember applying to this job, so I'm not going to take it. My husband had something similar happen to him where he was looking for a job. He finally found a job. No, he was looking for a job, and this job reached out to him, and it turned out to be a scam. They almost, they emailed him a check and everything, which I'm like, why would they email it to you? That makes no sense. That's not a real check then. It should be in the mail or something. So it was this whole thing. Don't do that. This month, what I'm saying is, don't do anything like that. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Yeah, so don't jump into anything like that. Be cautious. Okay. So I hope that was a good message for someone out there. I mean, I know it's scary, but when it needs to be said, I'd rather help and protect someone than to give you guys a sugar-coated reading. Okay, so now for your romance and your connections. For March, pile 2, March 2024, romance and love. March 2024, pile 2, romance and love. Those, March 2024, pile 2, romance and love. Can I just pick this one? Okay. We keep getting temperance in reverse here. Pile number 2, March 2024, romance and love. Okay. So this is going to be a very social month for you. You're definitely going to make a lot of connections with people, but it's kind of going on to this theme of this reading is don't jump in. You need to kind of step back and evaluate your options for sure, because you have a lot. You have a lot of options. There are going to probably be some offers, or you just may, who knows, if you're traveling or something, you meet a group of friends or whatever, and you know, there's someone there, you're like, oh, that's a really cute person, and they're giving me the eyes. Don't be swayed easily. Definitely take your time to observe, to evaluate, to enjoy getting to know the person more than the potential of the person. I see that you're gonna have people flirting with you quite a bit. You're gonna have a lot of fun. Perhaps just keep it at that for now. It doesn't feel like the grounds are fertile enough to have something long term at this point in time for you. You will have many fleeting like crushes or people that are just really attracted to you or you're attracted to them. That's fun, you know, that's all fun and games. It just doesn't feel like the time is really good for, you know, something serious. It just feels very, like watch and wait kind of vibes. Watch and wait. Stand in your logic, in your mental agility, in your intelligence. Observation is really key here for you. You know, these two women are kind of observing. And here it's fun. Like, you're gonna have a lot of fun and people are gonna come at you hot. You know, you're gonna be like, damn, like, I'm some hot stuff. This month, I'm gonna say for sure you are very appealing and attractive to people. Alright guys, my camera cut out. So anyway, this is a time where you're very attractive to people. A lot of offers may be coming in for you, and it's just best for you to take a step back and to evaluate what you really want before pursuing anything or continuing any relationship or friendship rather. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting for your romance. There's one thing here I'm also getting about a possible fling that may, if that's what you're looking for, a fling is totally something you could lean into, but I'm kind of getting that it would be better for you to really just reevaluate what you want from this person and what you want in this relationship or connection. I'm also getting communication, and using your intuition is going to be really important for you. Yeah, because some people's intentions might not be beneficial for long term or for your best interest really. So using your intuition and kind of weeding out the bad is a good idea. If you're already in a relationship, I would say that right now it's good to kind of tap into your partner. Taking time to really have fun together and spend time together is a good idea. If you have been having, I'm kind of getting right now, if you've been having problems within the connection that you're in, or, you know, there's some things that aren't as savory in the connection, I would definitely say that talking to them and listening to their side is going to be really key. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for romance and love. So what I'm going to do now is some bibliomancy. I have this Tarot Made Easy book that I've got, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leaf through it really quickly, and whatever card that it stops on is going to be sort of the overall theme. We're going to get some messages from it, probably with health and other things, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Probably going to do it this way actually. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man. I feel like this energy is pretty spot on for what March is going to be like for you, is kind of, you know, internalizing and having a new perspective on things. So it says, let's see. The focus is on your life, values, and way of thinking caused by a complete reversal in your affairs. Your dreams will no longer seem valid, and everything that's been before now looks hopeless, obsolete, or meaningless. Okay, that's really That's pretty bleak, but I wouldn't say that that's going to be the outcome. What I get from the Hanged Man is mostly kind of taking a step back. The first part, I think, is what you need to focus on, so please disregard anything you do not want to happen. Whatever you do not want to claim, please do that, so don't claim it. So yeah, focusing on your life, your values, and your way of thinking is going to be really important for you. That last part was a little bit bleak. I didn't like that very much. So, I think that I'm being drawn kind of right here to romance and the unexpected. So let's see. Also desire. I'm going to focus on these three next. You want to release a problematic or painful situation and let a higher wisdom handle your affairs so that you can let go of discouragement, striving, or trying to figure things out. Definitely. I think that using your intuition, connecting with, you know, the universe, with yourself, with God, is going to be super important. Kind of letting go, letting God, you know, that quote, is going to be really important as well. Romance, you will be waiting to see what a lover will do. This could also indicate a sudden flight from home, but not a permanent one. So there we go. That kind of ties into the traveling and the fling. I think that's kind of what romance is going to feel like for you this month. Kind of not permanent, just very fleeting, a little bit more for fun and pleasure and just enjoyment and excitement. The unexpected. You will be surprised by an unexpected financial opportunity that is going to come your way, and by suddenly having the wherewithal to handle a rough situation effectively. Nice. Yeah, so I definitely think that your money will be a good thing. When I was, going back to the financial aspect of your reading, I mentioned how it was going to be a little unexpected and how your money is going to be good, but there might be something unexpected or it'll kind of create a loss. I should also add that sudden gain is also a possibility for you guys as well. Let's see what else. Outcome. Problems will be resolved one by one and a turbulent time is coming to an end. That's awesome. I really hope and pray that this happens for you guys, that it's just gonna be all goodness, all the good things happening. Oh wait, sorry, that's the wrong side. My bad. Ignore that. That was a little dorky of me. Here we go. Oh wait. That's the same exact outcome with Hanged Man. Which one is this one? Oh, Justice. So yeah, you have the same exact outcome with the previous card. So I mean, I guess it works both ways, but problems will be resolved one by one and a turbulent time is coming to an end. So that is amazing. I'm also being called to new beginnings and reading that for you. You will hold off an idea because you won't be ready to commit, or will feel the time isn't right or that there's too much hard work involved. That definitely ties in with your reading about holding back, weighing your options, being cautious, and kind of just taking account of things and not jumping into things. I think that's basically the overall energy for you this month in March is going to be the Hanged Man for you. So yeah, definitely take that if it applies and if you want it to apply. All right, and so the last part of your reading is going to be the astro dice. It's going to just be the energies that you need to tap into, signs, any messages. Okay, so we have... Awesome, yeah, so I feel like this definitely is appropriate for your overall reading. We talked about travel, we talked about culture, we talked about flings and communication and connections and just fun, and we have Gemini, the 7th house, and Jupiter, which I think perfectly embodies the energy and the essence that I was tapping into for your March. A lot of communication, a lot of fun connections, and travel and understanding different cultures with Jupiter. I'm also seeing you're gonna feel extra playful for sure. It's going to be a very breezy, easy time. Definitely just reevaluate and weigh your options with things. Seventh house is very Libran energy, but it's not exactly Libra. It still has a lot to do with contracts, relationships, connections. It could also have to do with hidden friends and hidden enemies, but that's more, the 12th house is mostly hidden enemies, but I would say that you're going to find a lot of benefits that come your way through your connections and through travel. It may be something really good for your career even, is traveling. You might network a lot very well. You might network very well if you travel. It'll just open up the doors for you. A lot of benefits coming your way. I think working on your throat chakra is going to be key. Say what you need to say, like that John Mayer song. Say what you need to say. But I think also being discerning. The thing is Gemini isn't exactly seen as discerning all the time. I think a lot of the times the stereotype of Gemini is kind of being impulsive in a way and flighty. But I have noticed all of the Geminis in my life are rather, they want things that make sense, and they like to weigh the pros and cons in a way, because there's an internal balancing act going on within them. You know, it's some yin and yang within them that, I mean, one twin is probably gonna win, but you know, I feel like having that Gemini duality and the adaptability, but also weighing with the Libran energy of the 7th house, it'll be such a very, very good way to go for you. You need to kind of tap into that duality within yourself, and, you know, take into account the fun, have fun, be present, but also not jump into everything that comes your way. Yeah. A lot of opportunities coming toward you. Yeah. Okay. That's all I'm really getting for the rest of your reading, pile number 2. I hope that you like this reading and that it applies for your March. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello and welcome, pile number 3. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today's reading is going to be about your March, the month of March ahead for you. So we're going to be covering career, finances, love life, or connections, a little bit of health, and we're also going to do some bibliomancy and then the astro dice afterward. So because you picked the Tower, I'm going to just channel a little bit on this card and get an overall sense of why you may have tapped into this energy particularly. So March for you is, I mean, I think it's a little bit obvious that with the Tower there is going to be some change. There's going to be a little bit of upheaval, a little bit of shaking about going on. The foundations are definitely going to be not crumbling, well, maybe crumbling, okay? I don't want you guys to be scared of that, though. I think it could be a really good thing. Sometimes it happens in the form of an internal foundation breaking, so that you can ascend higher spiritually. I am kind of tapping into that a bit. I feel that it'll be more of a spiritual internal shift, but there could also be a bit of external stuff happening. You may find a new job, or you may step down from a job. Some relationships may shift. I'm getting a friend may move away, or a partner may get an opportunity that is a bit of a traveling opportunity. So Maybe you'll move with them, maybe not. I definitely feel like there's some sort of ending going on this month. It's a dual-sided coin with that. You never know if it's gonna be something super awesome and exciting or a little bit hard to deal with and a little bit tough. But really, both of those things, whether it be a quote-unquote good or bad thing, they're both on the same side of the same coin. So I'm also getting some duality come in here. It's kind of, I got the quote, take the good with the bad. It kind of just came to me. Take the good with the bad, take the bad with the good. It's going to be all about finding that silver lining regardless of what situation you're in this month. There's definitely, I feel like your inner self is calling for ascension, and with that can lead to a bit of a dark time, quite honestly. I just got out of mine, and February was my tower month, but quite honestly, it was the best month for me. I needed the time of darkness and upheaval and shaking things up internally to be where I'm at right now, which I feel completely renewed. Of course, it's going to be a constant process of healing, but I feel like for you this month, it's going to be along those lines, perhaps, for some of you, because I feel like you're ascending. You may feel a change in your energy. It may drop a bit. You may feel pretty restless or just very tired. I would definitely say drink some vitamin C or take a vitamin C supplement to help your immune system, especially since the shift of the seasons is going to happen here in the Northern Hemisphere. We're going to see winter go to spring, so a lot of allergies are going to happen. That could usually bring on a bit of sickness for some people. I don't like to put that out there. I don't want anyone to get sick. It's awful. But with everything going on right now, I feel like a lot of people are sick, or allergies could be a big thing. So this is kind of a warning to, or just, prepare yourself for that, and take supplements for allergies. Definitely allergies. But I've noticed when it comes to allergies, sometimes it can feel, it just isn't the funnest time. So I'm getting that for some people. I obviously don't want that to happen, but that's just what I'm getting. You're gonna shake things up, I think. Whether it be externally or you just willfully want to shake things up. I think that change is definitely what you're seeking. Whether you realize it or not subconsciously, you're wanting some change to happen for you. And I definitely think this month is gonna be that for you. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna start and get into your career reading. Pile number 3, March career. 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 Okay. Pile number 3, March career. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is, okay. Let me see if this is aligned, yeah. So, what I am getting straight away is you need to deal with stuff that you've been holding on to for a long, long time. You have been holding back your power, and even if you don't realize that you're the one doing it, I think that subconsciously you've been doing this because there is something that needs to be dealt with. And that's what I'm getting from the Tower. It is definitely going to be a bit of a of a spiritual, you have to face it. You have to face it. This has been a long time coming for you, and it's been the thing that has been a roadblock for your progression. This is going to be about inner growth, man. Yeah, it's going to be about dealing with something that you've been holding on to for a very long time. March is definitely going to be a bit of a shadow work month for you. It's going to take a lot of energy. You're probably going to feel insecure right now. You're going to just feel very vulnerable for a while. But that is okay. That's not a bad thing. When it comes to your career, I would say that that's the reason why a lot of your opportunities are being held back, is because you haven't been tapping in and working through something. You've kind of been putting it on a back burner or acting like it doesn't matter, it doesn't exist, you know, just glossing over it. I'm exactly the same way, so trust me, you're not alone in this. It's just gonna take a bit of facing yourself. You definitely need to kind of buckle down and think about what you really want. I've noticed in the past 2 readings, this is kind of March is a bit of not a stalemate, but definitely more of an introspective time for people. You know, it's going to be about progressing forward, but you're going to need to take time to think things through. And for you, it's no different, but in fact, I think for you, it's going to be all about that. It's going to be all about reflection and introspection for you. You have something coming through of your inner child. Your inner child wants to come out and talk to you. They want to reconnect. You need to really reconnect with your inner child. That is going to be the key to your progress. Your inner child needs a lot of healing. There's a problem, there is a blockage going on there. I think it has to do with communication. Not speaking up for yourself. Not going after what you really want because you want to make other people happy. Being the servant in a way. There's nothing wrong with being a serving person. There's nothing wrong with being selfless. It's such a beautiful thing and a beautiful trait to have, but you're neglecting yourself. And this is very similar to the last pile number 2. It's time, or I think pile number 1, I'm not sure. It's time to tap into you, baby. Yep. You need to really face something that you've been putting off for a long time. You're gonna feel a little bit out of your power because of this, because you're gonna have to be so vulnerable with yourself. You're gonna have to get very real. Journaling is gonna be really key here. If you have a therapist, that is awesome. Take advantage of that and talk it through. You need to talk it through. Communication, because I'm getting a lot of blue here. Something about personal power. You may have felt oftentimes that you're not worthy of what you really want. It's going to be super important to tap into that and to embrace that part of yourself and to love that part of yourself and to nurture it. You know, you need to nurture this part of yourself that you feel has been a bit forgotten or drowned out by the noise of everyone else's problems, or maybe you didn't feel like your problems were that big of a deal, but what's coming forth and the only way for you to move forward is going to be going back a bit and to deal with it. Something about stability here is a big, is also a thing that you need to work on, finding the home within yourself even. My heart is being pulled on right now with this reading. I just want to give you a really big hug. Wow, I'm feeling a bit emotional right now. I feel like I want to cry a little bit, but that's okay. I think tapping into that and letting yourself feel it and to mourn with your inner child is going to be so healing for you. Yeah, you really need to work on that. Whether it be a very tumultuous home life that you had to deal with, some kind of hurt. I'm so sorry, guys. I know this reading is getting a little real right now. This is crazy, but this is just what's coming through. Just really healing yourself. You've been needing to heal this part of yourself for a really long time, and it's time to listen. It's time to work through it. Your career, what I'm getting right away is that the career is not the issue here. It's not the key here. It's gonna come down to you and yourself and making peace with yourself and healing yourself. And of course, that doesn't happen just in March. That's gonna take a long time. It's gonna take every other March, maybe even, I don't know, but it's gonna be a constant thing. But I think this month specifically is gonna be the kickoff for it, because you're gonna realize you need to buckle down, and in order to get to where you want to, have a stable career, have a home, have whatever it is you're looking for, have financial stability or a good job, it's telling me you've been trying to find yourself in all of these external things, but you've ignored yourself internally this whole time, and you need to go back in. You need to go inward. You need to talk to her or him, and you need to face them, and you need to love them and nurture them and listen to them. And it's you. This is you we're talking about. It is you, the little voice within you that has been drowned out and that has been pushed to the back and bullied and told to be quiet. And it's time to listen. It's time to embrace them and to let them know it's okay to be heard. That what they have to say is so worthy, is valuable, is valid. Everything else right now should not matter to you. I have a feeling that when it comes to the other two spreads we're going to do, it might kind of bleed into that a little, but because it's so strong right now for career, yeah, I think that's what I'm getting. Not to backtrack and be like, oh, you know, forget what I just said about the heaviest thing I could talk about. This could also just mean that going back to what you used to enjoy doing as a kid will be the key to your desired career or your job. Let's say you used to like dressing up dolls a lot, or used to draw fashion designs or something. You know, maybe pursuing a career within that realm would be a great idea, or even just opening up your own clothing shop or something. Having your designs finally made into real pieces. Because these two kids look like they're happy, and it looks like they're gifting each other with, you know, their dreams coming true in a way. You know, like they're flourishing. Maybe if you used to like being outside all the time as a kid, or rehabilitating animals, like you little felon baby birds, or picking flowers and stuff, maybe going into a nature wildlife rehabilitation would be great, or volunteering at an animal shelter, or, you know, becoming a florist or something. Even working at like Home Depot in the garden section, like stuff like that. Those are beautiful ways that you can reconnect with who you are and who your inner child wants, what your inner child wants, and healing that. And maybe that's something that you've been wanting to do for a while. Yeah. Okay, that's what I'm getting for your career. Even though it wasn't very much about a career, but it had to be said. So now we're going to do your finances. Sorry, that was very heavy, but it had to be said. Pile number 3, March 2024 finances. Pile number 3, March 2024 finances. My apologies, my camera keeps on cutting out because it's an older camera and I don't have enough storage on it, so I'm sorry. I know I cut out right when I pulled out these two, so my apologies. Anyway, so what I'm seeing right off the bat is that it is actually going to be a pretty good month financially for you. I think that focusing on your foundational savings and stuff like that, you may have already been doing that and you've been pretty good with your money, for sure. I think that you've got that pat down. I think that whatever you're doing right now for your money, it's gonna be good. Like you have a pretty good forecast for your money coming in. Definitely, I think that there's going to be an influx of money coming your way. There may be an opportunity coming your way with a project or a business deal, perhaps even a new job, honestly. I know that's more of the career, but with money and finances, I definitely see it being a really good month for you. I think your savings are going to grow a lot, or they're just going to keep on being steady with what you already have going on. You know, it's really funny. I'm not getting too much from this part of the reading. Yeah, I'm really not getting much else. That's so funny. Is there anything else, Spirit? Should I pull another card? No. Interesting. I think that internal wealth is going to be really good for you. Like focusing on your internal wealth, spiritual wealth. I just seeing this Chariot, it has a lot of biblically accurate angels in it. We got I forgot what I think the Ophiuchum or something like that. Please excuse me, I know that's probably not how you pronounce it. We have the cherubs, the Malak, I think. I can't remember all of the names of the angels. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I don't want to like insult them. But, you know, we have all these angels here, and I definitely think I really think that your money is going to come in strong. You're going to get an opportunity where it comes in strong. I'm also getting the idea, well, not the idea, but I'm sorry, I know I'm really illiterate right now. I don't know why. It's like I'm choking out these messages. It's so interesting. I'm also hearing burn through savings. Don't burn through your savings. I'm hearing don't use money and things to cope and soothe yourself through this time, because it's going to be such an intense time. I'm hearing don't buy frivolous things to help stabilize yourself. Being internal is going to be so important. Being diligent and steadfast is going to be such a great payoff for you. Praying, meditating, whatever it is that you can do to stabilize yourself internally is going to be really key here, and not focusing on the outward. I'm getting, you know, the more you focus inward, the more you'll gain outward. Detaching from the material is going to be really good. And I believe that because this is going to be such a spiritual month for you, learning that the art of detachment is going to be so key here. And you'll notice that you'll manifest quicker, that good things will happen and come quicker to you when you learn how to detach and not prioritize the material. Yeah. What else am I getting here? You'll have a new perspective on money. A new perspective on money is coming in. A new perspective on how you walk through the material world is going to come in. It's going to be a bit of a rebirth in a way. But other than that, I do feel like you're monetarily going to be taken care of. You're going to be okay. You may even learn how to live on little. And it's going to be a very sort of like a monk-like way of going about things. Instead of putting the value on having many things, you're going to probably even downgrade a bit. Get rid of things you don't need. You don't want to be attached to things. Yeah. Okay, I'm not getting much else from this spread. So we're going to move on to the romance and connections and love. See what it has for us there. Okay, pile number 3, romance, love, and connections, relationships for March. Pile number 3, March, connections, relationships, romance. Pile number, okay. Pile number, I'm not going to do this. Pile number 3, March, romance, connections, relationships. Pile number 3. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so give me a moment to meditate on these. Okay, pile number 3. You are definitely going to do a lot of contemplating on the relationships in your life, whether they be friendships, romantic, familial. You're going to be doing a lot of cutting off, okay? I know that's scary to hear, but because it's by your own hand, I don't think it's going to be hard for you to do. I think you're going to come to some realizations about what you're getting from your connections and that you're not getting as much as you give. You are probably the type of person who gives a lot more than they get. And I think in your relationships, you're really going to notice that, and it's going to come on really strong during this time. As you navigate healing your inner child and healing yourself and speaking up more and pretty much fighting for yourself, not fighting, but standing up for yourself, you're going to notice that the people, not a lot, but quite a few, or maybe 1 or 2 people in your life that you don't align with, you're going to probably walk away from. It doesn't have to be right away or sudden or abrupt, but it could be something you do gradually, and you'll realize that, maybe this person is not the best for me in my life. Maybe they're not on my team as much as I'm on their team. You're really going to focus on creating a balance for yourself. Yeah, you're definitely going to be focusing on that part. You will notice once you do this how abundant you feel. It's going to open up new doors for you to new and better relationships that flourish and are for you. I definitely think this was also a long time coming. Perhaps your inner child work is aligned with the way the people you've chosen to be in your life. They probably reflect some wounds within you, and you're coming out of the season of giving more than you get, and it's time now that you get and you have room for people that will give to you as much as you give to them. Romance wise, it's definitely along the same lines for sure. Perhaps the person you're with right now is just, perhaps for a while you've noticed that this is not aligned for you, and they may even trigger some deep wounds within you. And facing that and sitting within that and making the judgment call for that is what you're going to need to do for yourself. I just want to say real quick, this reading is a bit unexpected. I thought it was going to be all good things, but I feel like you have to take the good with the bad, like we said at the beginning of the reading. I thought it was going to be all sunshine and rainbows, like get money, all that stuff, but life happens. There's many seasons, and that's okay. That's what you need to go through in order to get to the other side. And I truly believe you're a very strong individual, and I think you already knew this was happening. I think you felt this coming on for quite a while, and this is the month where you're going to be like, okay, it's time to get to business and deal with this shit, because, sorry for cursing, but yeah, you're going to need to deal with it. This is time for you to face it and to really think about the connections in your life and who you are and who you want to be. And it's time to be a little selfish. It's time to bring out the scissors and cut out what's not for you anymore. To, take out all of the weeds so that new flowers can grow for you. It's kind of like going back to the Six of Cups card that we saw with the kids with the flowers, You need that reciprocal relationship going on. And I think a lot of the people in your life make you feel like you're left out in the cold. And I think you're realizing that. And you're realizing that you deserve so much better, because these people see how abundant you are, and I think that they take advantage of that. And they do it in sly ways without you realizing it. Or maybe you do see it and realize it, but you just don't want to be lonely. And that's valid. I totally understand how you feel within that, but maybe you need to, but you should put yourself first and, realize that these people don't belong in your life anymore. Romantically right now, it's definitely a tower moment. It's a judgment call. You need to clear out the old, because there's something waiting for you on the other side. And I really feel that right now. And I'm being called to pull another card for you, or a few, whatever pops out. So I'm going to do that. Pile number 3, March, romance, relationships, and connections. Pile number 3, March, romance, relationships, and connections. Yep. Knight of Wands is waiting for you. Someone who wants to be in your life, someone who is coming in hot, they're coming for you. This person that, is meant to be with you, well, rather they want to be with you, is coming toward you. This person is coming toward you. You just need to make the call and make the room in your life for them to fit in perfectly. And it's up to you. This is all up to you. This is all in your hands. The Tower is not just gonna be like, oh, you know, blowing you around. It's not putting you in a salad shaker and shaking it about. Nope. This is you willfully going into the salad shaker and mixing it up. You know what I mean? That was such a weird analogy, but that's what I'm getting here is there is someone who wants to come in. You just don't have the room right now because you're hoarding a bunch of stuff you don't need, people you don't need, energy vampires, people that just are not going to be with you through the season of change that are going to benefit you. They're not a strong safety net for you. You need to start building a new foundation. And that goes back to you choosing the Tower card. This foundation is being shaken up because you need to make a new foundation that's stronger, that's more beneficial, that's more aligned to your energy, that will hold you. You know what I mean? It's not gonna feel like you're walking on sand, quicksand, or, you know, a shaky bridge, wooden bridge with broken panels. This is gonna be about really demolishing and getting rid of it all and building a new one. You know, building a prettier one with marble or steel or diamonds or something, whatever you want. You just need to make that judgment call. Okay. Yeah, it's all in your hands, pile number 3. You've got this. This is not against you. This is for you. And I'm sure you've heard that many times. Many tarot readers say that. But this is so on the nose. It is for you. It's not against you. Even though it'll feel like it. But trust me, it's gonna be for the better. And oh my gosh, once you're on the other side of it all, once you go through it, on the other side is going to be absolutely beautifully fantastic for you. Because you'll be holding yourself in a new way. You'll be carrying yourself with more confidence and love. Just be full of radiant self-love, self-healing. It's going to be beautiful. You just need to go through this darkness for a bit. All of the cards in your reading have been pretty dark. I'm getting a bit, you know, the shadow work, perhaps even the beginning of a dark night of the soul. It's not going to be easy, but it is going to be worth it. That's all I have to say. Yeah. Okay. Now, we're going to move on to some bibliomancy. I have this Tarot Made Easy book. I'm going to just leaf through it really quickly. Whatever card it lands on is kind of going to be the energy, overall theme, whatever. It'll touch on health, whatever else we can get. And that'll be your card, basically your overall energy card for the month. So pile number 3. Oh, it's not a card. Okay, I'm so sorry guys. My camera has been awful today. It's just been stopping. I feel like I keep on having hiccups and it's really annoying. Anyway, I'm just doing it on my phone now, so that's why the quality is different. I'm just going to be doing bibliomancy, leaf through it, whatever I land on, the message is for you. Pile number 3, March 2024. That's not a card. Strength. So that is a beautiful card to have for your reading. Since you're going to be going through so many changes, strength is kind of perfect for what you should really hold on to as a theme. This embodies basically everything about you during this month. So let's see what it says. The focus in on challenging situations pertaining to business and finance, family matters, and things that stemmed from the past. Spiritual fortitude and results a reward for persistence and effort. Wow. That really just confirms and affirms everything that we've been talking about during your reading. Just staying strong, steadfast. Spiritual fortitude is a beautiful way to round it out and to describe it. But yeah, matters and things that stem from the past. That is, I love whenever a reading kind of wraps up together that way, because it's going to be all about facing your past and the issues that you've gone through and facing them head on with spiritual fortitude. And you're going to have an amazing result and reward for your persistence and effort during this time. Okay, let's see. Let's go to romance. You will not be ready to commit to or become totally involved in a new relationship. This could be because of an emotional attachment to the past. Wow, there's a lot about the past coming in through here. So I love when it affirms that. Let's see what else. Papers or career. I would say let's go to news. Let's see what's gonna come in for you guys. News. You're going to get some unexpected news, could be through a phone call, concerning your work that will dispel some of your doubts, but put a new slant on your work or increase your earnings. Wow, what did we say? Your money is going to be good. I know that much. You're going to have an amazing opportunity come in, and I'm hoping that this is exactly... I hope that this is real and it's going to happen for you guys, and I think it will, honestly. Let's see what else. Okay, I would say blessings. You will be grateful for spiritual help, intervention, or assistance. Yep. What did I say about wanting, well, about, you know, your intuition and kind of tapping into that? And kind of putting your faith into the spiritual realm. It's right here. What else? Outcome. Let's see an outcome. You will overcome all obstacles, and nothing will keep you from advancing toward your goals, because you will have the kind of inner fortitude that nothing can defeat. Beautiful. Oh, that makes me so happy for you guys. I am praying and I am putting forth the positive intentions and thoughts for you guys during March and during this this experience you're going to be going through. The last thing is going to be astro dice. So we're going to see what signs, what energies you could be focusing on or encountering during the month of March. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, so we have the 11th house, Venus, and Pisces. So it's very feminine energy. Your dreams, your connections could be super duper insightful for you, perhaps prophetic. With the Pisces, spirituality is going to be so key. Tapping into your femininity, nurturing, comforting, loving, protecting, and embodying yourself is going to be so key here. Pisces is a very feminine sign. It just goes with the flow. It's all about releasing, ascension, you know what I mean? It's all about transcending spirituality, and Venus is a very Rajasic planet, so it has a lot to do with passion and inner, I would say vision, honestly, because in Vedic astrology it rules the eyes and it's all about vision, so, and creativity. So tapping into your creativity could be an amazing way for you to an amazing guide for you during this time, a great way for you to express what you're going to be going through. The 11th house has to do with recognition, fame, networking, dreams, hope, really. When I think of the 11th house, I think of the star card, I think of Aquarius. So after the Tower comes the star. For you, it's going to be so important to hold on to hope and to with Venus as well, I would say Venus is great at sifting through. It cuts out what is not good. It holds on to what is good. I'm thinking about Purva Falguni Nakshatra in Vedic astrology here. It does not hold on to what does not benefit their vision or their expression. It's very much about survival of the fittest, if you will. Nature is unsympathetic. It will cut out what is not serving and what is not strong. So that's how you need to be, is very Venusian energy, cutting out what is not strong, what is not what does not have a good foundation, will not build or push you in the right direction, in the right foundation. 11th house, what else? You may, yeah, I think people in your network it'll help you expand in a way that you were not expecting, and it'll bring really good opportunities for you. Something within your network, that's what I keep getting, within your network, there's gonna be an amazing thing pop up for you. Yeah. Pisces also, speaking of the shadow and the dark night of the soul and whatnot, in Vedic astrology, there is the sign Purva Bhadrapada, which is a Piscean Aquarian cusp nakshatra. I believe it's mostly Aquarius. The themes for that nakshatra have to deal with dark night of the soul and facing the self and the spiritual ascension, basically going through the abyss, facing your own internal monster and facing yourself. If I can give you any advice, I would definitely say check out Claire Nocty's video on Purva Bhadrapada and the femme fatales and kind of the spiritual role that Purva Bhadrapada faces. And since we'll be in Pisces season in March, it's kind of appropriate for that. So that would be my advice, is definitely check out that video. It's super insightful. You might get some good ideas, I mean, not ideas, but inspirations and just really good insights when you tap into that. I think it'll help you a lot in some way. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for you, pile number 3. Sorry for the mess. It was kind of all over the place and things kept getting cut off, but I hope that you still got the message that you came here for, and that it'll help you and encourage you during that time that you'll be going through. And I am sending so much love, so many prayers for you, and so much light. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time at next reading, and have a great March.